CII.
What is Mufti Saab's view on the MPL bill? MPL standing for Muslim Personal Law Bill.
The current MPL bill, in our view, is riddled with a number of irregularities and inconsistencies with Sharia law. We should read the bill carefully, understand the bill, and think carefully if we are happy to hand over our Sharia to conventional judges who have absolutely no knowledge of Sharia law. If we look at a retrospective constitutional decision in terms of polygamous marriages, in the instance that a person had married 2 or more wives, then if inheritance was executed based on his polygamous marriage, then would that inheritance be cancelled or not? Secondly, the South African Constitution is primarily based on humanist secularism. In other words, the human being reigns supreme, and the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would be subservient, na'udhu billah, to the human being. Thirdly, you have certain human rights organizations, etc., that believe that Islam does not promote gender equality. And when we look at the Islamic rights of inheritance between the man and the woman, apparently there seems to be inequality. Yet this is the Shari'i law and the divine law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala which we accept. So we have the issue of gender equality. And in the instance where a matter is put forward to the Constitutional Court, the conventional judge who has been grounded in conventional constitutional law or in conventional law would make a decision based on gender equality that is in harmony with the Constitution. Fourthly is what happens in the instance where the mother forces the son out of the Sharia Muslim personal law. Would it then mean that the mother would have to face 1 year in prison for the unintended instances of religious coercion out of the Sharia Muslim personal law? Fifthly, by devolving the Muslim personal law bill to a constitutional court, this dramatically undermines the position and stature of the ulama. Sixthly is if we look at certain intricate issues such as the issue of khula, tafweedut talaq, junoon, alfaz-e-kinaya, etc., and the interpretations thereof. What would a constitutional law expert or a conventional judge understand in terms of these issues? And when we look at the Muslim personal law, essentially the husband is forced to hand over autonomy of talaq and divorce to a conventional court. And lastly is when we look at differences of opinion in the different schools of thought. Now, is the judge qualified to give preference to one qawl, to one view in one madhab over another madhab? Lastly, I would like to state that there is much discussion around the Muslim personal law bill currently in South Africa. There are differing views and there are ulama and scholars on both sides of the spectrum. Therefore, based on this, we should follow the adab al-ikhtilaf or the etiquette of differences, and we should respect each other in this matter.
Q&A on CII.